past, we understand past attempts have miserably failed.
Very bad, I would say. Whether it's even SVD governments, whether it is 1977 when the 5 groups merged together to form Janata Party, and that also did not last very long, just over 2 years. And then 1989, 11 months with again parties coming together to form Janata Dal, supported by regional parties forming a national front supported by the left and the right both, which is an entire non-Congress space coming together. And then 1996, which was again regional parties coming together with the Janata Dal, and that was what was called the government of chief ministers. Again, a very poor record. So certainly, yes, the whole question, you know, there for any solid coalition to work, we've seen, and the left is the first example, left fronts of that, you need a large centerpiece and other smaller groups around it for it to hold together. If you have a small group and supported by larger piece or a large piece, like with the United Front government in 96, supported by a big Congress outside, and here was a coming together of smaller parties which were working at cross purposes, then the whole thing becomes very, very unwieldy, very unstable. So I think the reason why, say, the NDA has worked, large BJP, smaller regional parties, UP has worked, large Congress, smaller regional parties, that kind of a model, the two coalitional model that we are now, we had entered into, whether the now we are looking at BJP doing better but not being able to get the support of enough regional parties. I'm only taking a hypothetical scenario, not that this is going to happen, or Congress declining to such an extent that it is not in a position to be the centerpiece. Therefore you have this motley crowd of, let's get together this time and let's get the support of a Congress, weakened Congress. But certainly it's not a very happy or an option which creates confidence in you, and one that is likely to last long. It doesn't promise political stability of the kind that many people today would want.
Professor Chandok, why have our past experiments with the third front failed?
What have?
Our past experiments with the third front failed.
You know, what really intrigues me is the position of the NCP. I mean, it's a part of the UPA, and now it poses to be part of the so-called third front. Now, this experiment in a different kind of a political formation is not throwing up an alternative agenda, and that is the worrying part of it. There is no agenda, let alone an alternative agenda. So why would people vote on principle? There is no principle upon which people are going to choose the third front. If in a post-election scenario they find the opportunity to hop onto individual bandwagons, and there will be so many transactions that go on which become very, very obvious, that it will be very, very extremely unpleasant. It will smack, as I've been saying, of political opportunism. It will do nothing for a third party which might conceivably emerge. Because we know exactly what are the terms upon which a particular party which has got a single cluster of votes attracts other smaller parties to it. We know exactly from CBI cases being dropped, income tax cases being dropped. You know, this is so obvious. These are bargains. These are not political principles upon which, in fact, coalition government in India defies all theories of coalition government. These are parties